It's good, guys. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are making some money today. What's going on, guys? All right, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Rare. This channel is Elite Millennials, and I post things about business, all things finance, all things entrepreneurship, all things just men's self-development and just improving and getting better as men. This is one of my very first. I've done a few live streams before in the past, so this is definitely still new to me. So, bear with me, guys. But this video is stock market commentary, live stock market commentary, reviewing sector performance, reviewing big movers of the day, touching over some very important financial news that came out today. Tesla, Ford, AMD, some crowd favorites. So that's what we're going to get into in this video. I try to keep these things super short. So, it's not going to be too long of a video, guys, but, happy to be live. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'm a new channel here on YouTube, guys. So, building this thing out from the ground up, a lot of good content coming your way. And hopefully you guys can learn something from these videos. I'm learning every day just as well. So I think that's why this channel is important. Young millennials, young guys who are working to be that top 1%, the top affluent, right? Working from ground zero. This is what this channel is about, guys. So subscribe to it, like the video. I'm going to turn this music down But we're going to get right into it, guys. So today is November 8th, 2021. Good morning. November 8th, 2021. I got my cup of coffee right here. Flat day in the market today, guys. Flat day in the market. I got my Wall Street Journal pulled up here. Very flat day in the market. Typically, I like to start these videos by going over sector performance. So right now, this is, real-time data, at least to my understanding. Right now, the Dow Jones is up 60 points today. NASDAQ Composite is up 18 points today. S&P is up 80 basis points today. The Russell 2000 is up 11 points today. New York Stock Exchange Composite is up 50 points. So those are the major indexes. Relatively flat day today, guys. What I like to do in these videos is touch on market movers, stocks that are in the media. I know Tesla's got a lot of things going on today, so we'll touch on that for the short time that we're here. But for those of you, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, my name is Ray, 26 years old, young finance professional, graduated university in 2017, studied finance, got a degree in both finance and personal financial planning. So I'm early onset in my career in finance, still growing, still building, still learning. So if any of you guys resonate with that journey, subscribe to the channel. Just to give you guys some of my qualifications, Series 7 certified, Series 66 as well. I do plan to sit for my CFA level 1 next year, next August. I'll make future videos on that as well. The CFA level 1, I got a couple buddies who recently took that test. I know the pass rates were super low this past time around. So, hopefully I can, beat the odds, beat the averages. But let's see. In regards to experience, guys, I've worked for 2 financial institutions so far. I'm at my 3rd right now. I currently work with Fidelity Investments. Prior to Fidelity, I was with Morgan Stanley. And prior to Morgan Stanley, I was with TD Ameritrade. So I've been through a few different firms. Wirehouse, obviously Morgan Stanley being a wirehouse, and then broker-dealer wise, TD Ameritrade, a little bit smaller on a scale. So I got a little bit of experience, guys. I think I like to think I know what I'm talking about. And as I continue to build out my education and my certifications and gain more career experience, I'm definitely going to bring that value to you guys here on this channel. But like I said, guys, let's just dive into some general stock market news. Stocks are flat today, guys. Stocks are flat today. I know Tesla was in the news. That's one of the first articles. I think it's like headlining the Wall Street Journal this morning. Tesla stock price slides after Musk promises on Twitter to sell $21 billion stake in Tesla. This is a crazy story, man. So I guess $21 billion stake would be roughly 10% of Elon Musk's holdings in Tesla. And just to kind of give you guys, for those of you who haven't heard this story, apparently Elon Musk, who's known for, guy's a genius in my opinion. Elon Musk is a freaking genius. I mean, I admire the guy. Yeah, I question how his mind works, but I think that's one of the characteristics of genius, right? These guys have superior ways of viewing things, and it's not exactly common or the benchmark of how to view certain things, but that's why they're geniuses, right? So Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, right, who's known for going into the media and saying a lot of crazy things, and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast smoking a weed, and very vocal, more vocal than your average CEO, your average executive. Elon Musk on Twitter, looks like on Twitter, he did a poll. Elon Musk did a poll on Twitter asking his followers if he should sell 10% of his Tesla stock, worth about $21 billion at Friday's closing price. More than 3.5 million votes were cast, right? And they basically said, yeah, you should, Elon, you should sell your shares, you should sell your 10% stake in the company. And the stock did not like that today. Look at the stock right now. Tesla is down $35.46. That's 2.9%, so 3%. Tesla's down 3% today. Super volatile security, right? And it's funny because I seen a meme online on Instagram a couple days ago, and it was one of those finance pages. I think it was Meme It Up page. If you don't follow that and you like finance humor and nomenclature, go check that page out. But it was basically saying like what you would say to your future self. And then the meme said, I would tell myself in the past, I would tell my younger self to buy Tesla calls. Right. And it makes me think, right? Like if I was, back in college when I first started trading and first started buying stocks, I would tell myself to buy Tesla, right? Tesla is $1,000 stock now. It just hit, I think its valuation just recently hit over the $1 trillion mark, being one of the only few companies out there that has a $1 trillion market capitalization. So Tesla's a huge company. Elon Musk just recently became the richest executive in the world, which is also crazy as well. So, but think about it. If you look back, if we even go back to 2020, Tesla was trading at $76 a share. Looks like back in December of 2019, Tesla was trading at $76 a share. And now this is a $1,186 stock. Just super expensive, super volatile stock. So Tesla is down $35 today. This is a real-time quote. Tesla is currently down $35 today. If you're going to buy, maybe it's a buying opportunity. This is not a recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor. Please consult your financial advisor for any investment advice. But I don't know. I tend to go by the adage that if I know the company has good fundamentals and it's getting beaten up by the media, it's a buying opportunity for me. If I know that, and I know that the company is going to do well in the future, and it's a crowd favorite, and it gets slammed in the market for, depending on what the public news is, right? If it's not something too detrimental to the company's business model, I think there's opportunities there, buying opportunities there for Tesla. So Tesla's one of the ones we want to talk about today, down $35 off of Elon Musk. We also got a few companies here that hit 52 highs, and I'm just going to list those out to you guys today. Berkshire Hathaway Class B shares hit a 52-week high of $295.08. Exxon Mobil hit a new 52-week high of $66.08. Chevron, another energy, oil and gas company, hit a new 52-week high of $115.29. Sony hit a 52-week high of $124.05. Now, my general rule of thumb with 52-week highs, and I think I talked about this in a previous video, anytime I see a company hitting 52-week highs, anytime I see a company at new highs that it's never hit before, granted, a 52-week high is just a high within a year, right? So a new high within that year, it could have definitely hit that same price point maybe, 10, 15 years ago. Anytime I see a company hitting new highs, I like to see that, especially if it's first time hitting that level. Because what that tells me is that if there's catalyst behind this stock and it hitting these new highs, it can continue to go. So for those of you guys who are looking for securities to buy, maybe one of the metrics that you want to do or some of the things that you want to filter by is looking at new 52-week highs and lows, because there could be opportunities there. So like I said, Exxon Mobil Chevron, it's interesting to me that both of these stocks, both of these large oil and gas conglomerates, both hit 52-week highs today. For those of you who aren't aware, a lot of changes have been happening in the oil and gas industry. Specifically Exxon Mobil, right? There was a recent hedge fund by the name of Engine Number One. Look these guys up. Engine Number One, a hedge fund out there, recently bought majority stake in Exxon Mobil. And if I'm wrong, someone out there, when you guys see this video, if I'm wrong, correct me. But Engine Number One recently bought majority stake in Exxon Mobil and then took over some board positions on Exxon Mobil and then started requiring Exxon Mobil to change how they're basically they're forcing Exxon Mobil to limit their carbon emissions. And obviously Exxon Mobil has been around for decades, right? It's one of the largest and oldest oil and gas companies out there, and they're still burning fossil fuels to generate electricity, right? And these oil and gas companies are very capital intensive companies. To pay for the equipment to dig this oil out of the ground is a very expensive process, right? And now you have all this regulation coming out, forcing these old oil and gas companies to limit their carbon emission, right? And I made a video about this recently with the Biden administration, and their $2 trillion investment in clean energy. So there's a lot of regulation coming up the pipeline, forcing these oil and gas companies to limit their carbon emission and to move to clean energy, right? Solar energy, wind turbines, right? And Exxon Mobil and Chevron, these guys are old school fossil fuel oil mining companies, right? So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with these companies moving forward over the next 10, 15 years. And in their space, there's competition. There's clean energy companies that have been foundational clean energy companies from the start who are able to better adapt to low carbon emission regulation, right? So I don't know. Exxon Mobil hit a new 52-week high. Chevron Corp hit a new 52-week high. Exxon Mobil is a super affordable stock, $66 a share. So for those of you, if you got $100 in your checking account, if you got $1,000 in your maybe you want to consider, Exxon Mobil. Once again, there's a lot of regulation. I don't know how their business model is going to be changed within the next 10 to 15 years. They're facing a lot of pressure. So I guess we have to see how that plays out. One of the other stocks I want to look at was Ford. Ford is moving today. Ford is up 2.75%. And Ford is another super inexpensive stock. Blue stock, Ford. Ford is that type of company that your grandma probably owned when she was like 21, right? Ford's that company that your grandparents like gift over to you when they pass away. Ford's one of those companies that's been in your grandparents' trust for the past 60 years. Sold it, kind of like GM, right? Those are like those are those type of companies. So Ford, $19 stock, guys, very inexpensive. Let's see what's going on with Ford today. I came across an article. Ford offers to buy back bonds as it works to overhaul its balance sheet. So, general rule of thumb, right? When you're looking at these auto manufacturers, when you're looking at these oil and gas companies, these utility companies like your AT&T, when you look at those type of companies, these are very capital intensive business models. Very capital intensive business models. And what that means is that their infrastructure is expensive to produce. The equipment is expensive to produce and manufacture. Capital intensive, requires a lot of capital. So Ford is obviously one of those companies as well. So let's read up on what we got here for it. The automaker plans to extinguish up to $5 billion in high-priced debt it took on due to the pandemic. Ford Motor Company on Thursday said it would buy back up to $5 billion in high-priced debt A move that comes as a finance chief, John Lawler, works to overhaul the car maker's balance sheet and improve its credit rating. Ford's tender offer is for 10 different debt instruments, including securities, with a 9% coupon due in April 2025. That's a pretty high coupon. A 9% coupon is not bad. When I was working at Morgan Stanley, we were looking at coupons at like 2.25. Those coupons are specific for municipal bonds, but a 9% coupon is not bad. And those with a 9.625 coupon due in April 2030. The company in April 2020 sold $8 billion of bonds as a financial cushion as the coronavirus pandemic forced Ford's factories to close temporarily and dented sales. Ford also eliminated its dividend at the time. Ooh, that's bad. It's funny because I was just reading an article, not even an article, I was like trying to refresh myself on the reasons why companies buy back stock. And one of the reasons why is because during time periods or business cycles, recessionary periods, or times of economic uncertainty, if a company comes out and slashes its dividend in half and says, hey, we are paying a dollar dividend, we're going to slash that to 50 cents because right now things are just too bad and we can't afford this dollar dividend anymore. When companies do that, it tends to have a negative, extremely negative impact on the price of the stock. The stock typically tends to sell off when companies reduce their dividend, right? So an alternative that companies can do during times of economic uncertainty is to reduce their share buyback, right? So rather than reduce the dividend amount, reduce the amount of shares that they're buying back. So I thought that was interesting as well. Buying back debt with the cash from its operations will help the auto manufacturer bring down its interest costs and reduce its debt levels. So basically what's happened is they took on a bunch of debt during the pandemic because like many companies, not just Ford, they didn't know how the pandemic was going to shape out, right? So a lot of companies ended up taking on a lot of debt. And during that time, even still now, with interest rates being so low, the debt wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't that expensive, right? So now it looks like Ford, after taking on all this debt, they're now looking to get rid of it, right? So they gave out, well, it looks like they sold $8 billion of bonds as a financial cushion as the coronavirus pandemic forced Ford's factories to close temporarily and did the sales. Ford also eliminated its dividend at the time. So it looks like they're trying to buy back a portion of this $8 billion worth of bonds that they sold during April of 2020 in the pandemic. So I don't know, guys. Dig into that a little bit more, but it seems to be having a positive impact on the price today. The stock is up $1.29 as of now, up 5% on the day. Ford is a $19-20 stock. When I look at its 52-week high, it's $20.42. So it looks like it hit a 52-week high today. It's trading around that dollar mark. Right now, it's currently priced at $20.31. Its 52-week high is $20.42. Its 52-week low is $8.08. So it's trading pretty high extensively off of its 52-week lows. Once again, it's close to its 52-week highs. These things are important, right? If a company hits new 52-week highs, there may be opportunity for it to go further, especially if there's a catalyst. It looks like in this situation, we actually do have a catalyst. So Ford may be a stock that I look at. Let's look at some other market movers here today. I know I put some other ones in the title here. AMD. Let's see what's going on with AMD. AMD is up $15.17 as of now. It's up 11.12% on the day. Let's see what's going on with AMD. So another importance of why I like to do these videos, guys, is I like to show you guys kind of like my thought process when I wake up in the morning and I'm looking at the stock market, right? The first thing I do is I go to the Wall Street Journal and I look at, what's going on? Like, what's the major news headline that's going to be a catalyst for one of these stocks today? For example, today, the first thing that you see on the Wall Street Journal is Tesla, right? Tesla. Elon Musk Twitter poll, selling 10% of its position in Tesla, right? Things like that, guys, are catalysts, right? They're catalysts for a stock to either go up or go down. So I can highly recommend when you guys wake up in the morning and you're looking for potential stocks to purchase, the first thing when you do is go on a platform like the Wall Street Journal, go on marketwatch.com, go on Bloomberg, go on any of these websites that publicize financial market news and see what's going on with specific companies, right? Because one of the things that we know when it comes to whether you're trading, day trading, swing trading, regardless, whatever it is, what we know is that securities need a catalyst, right? If Disney comes out tomorrow and says, we just created this new artificial intelligence and it's first to market and we're excited about it and we think a lot of our customers are going to adopt it and there's a lot of good revenue potential there. That's a catalyst, right? To drive that stock price higher. So what you want to do is you want to look in the news for potential catalyst to drive stocks higher. We had the catalyst with Tesla today. Well, a negative catalyst, right? The stock's down today. But we had a catalyst with Ford buying back debt, right? And Ford's up, a couple bucks, right? So you guys want to look for these catalysts in the market that could potentially provide opportunities for you guys to make money, right? At the end of the day, it's about making money, even whether it's short term or long term. That's what it's about at the end of the day. So I want to see what's going on with AMD. So like I said, AMD is up $15, and AMD is still one of those very popular companies that has a stock that's relatively inexpensive, right? If you guys, it's $151.48. And as elite millennials, as young professionals, guys who are looking to be in that top 1%, guys who are looking to live a lifestyle that's above average, right? What the top 1% does and what the affluent do is they invest their money, right? That's the difference between the affluent and the poor. The affluent and the people who live average, mediocre lives. They don't invest their money. The affluent invest their money. They're taught to invest early on. Their grandparents have trust and wills where they're passing on securities and dividends. And so once again, I say that AMD is a $151 stock, guys. If you guys have $200 in your bank account, you can afford to buy this stock. And it's as simple as that, right? This channel is important, guys, because I want to show you guys and get you guys thinking like the top 1%. So that we can start to move in those ways. And then next thing you know, we will be the top 1%, right? Like I'm 26 right now. And if you guys are watching whatever age, if you're in your 20s or in your early 30s, start investing, start reading the Wall Street Journal, start looking at some of these things so you can start to think in these ways. So you can, and then, you can make some investments. You can start businesses. The next thing you know, you're in the top 1%. Next thing you know, you got the world in the palm of your hands. And you're a player in this game, right? So investing, guys, is just a microcosm of that. It's just a microcosm. I'm not making these videos so that everyone can become day traders or stock experts, right? I'm making these videos so you guys can kind of start to think how the 1% thinks, right? Unfortunately, that's not even unfortunately, but in this world, in the society that we live in, money is important. Status is important. Right? So learn how to invest in the stock market, right? Learn how to start businesses. Learn how to think like the wealthy do. Learn how to be a player in the freaking game, guys. Learn how to be a player, right? So anyway, AMD, guys, I'm off my rant. I hope that motivated somebody out there. But AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, $151 stock. If you got $200 in your checking account, look, I'm not making a recommendation. Talk to your financial advisor. But for those of you who are new to investing and don't know anything about this stuff and want to be a player in the game, it's $151 stock, guys. Look into buying it. Take $200. It's not going to kill you. Like Grant Cardone says, if you're down to your last $1,000, you're already broke anyway. So make some investments. AMD is $151, guys. Change the way you think. So AMD, $151. So what I'm looking at when I look at AMD, if I come to my computer and I see AMD is up 11% today, the first thing I'm going to go to is I'm going to go to the news. I'm going to go to the news and see what was the catalyst for AMD to be up 11% today. It's now up 12%. These are real-time quotes. So the first thing I'm doing when I go on my computer and I look at AMD and I see that it's up 12% is I'm asking myself, what's the catalyst for this? Why is AMD up 12%? In a general rule of thumb, guys, I want you to know this. This is one of the things they teach us in finance. Stock market in the short term is irrational. It's irrational. In the short term, the stock market is irrational. It's driven by media. It's driven by meme stocks. It's driven by noise. That's not tangible. It's just noise, right? So in the short term, stocks have the potential to go up in a dramatic fashion and down in a dramatic fashion. It's not based on the fundamentals of the company. It's not based on a company's revenues. It's not based on a company's net income. It's not based off its profit margin or its EBITDA or its balance sheet or its assets. In the short term, it's not based off that. Stock performance is not based off that in the short term. In the long term, it is. But in the short term, it's based off noise, froth. It's based on what's the latest news article. What did Elon Musk say in the news yesterday? Right? So keep that in mind, guys. When you look at these stocks that are up, don't try to think too hard about it. Go to the news, see what information came out on the stock. So AMD, like I said, AMD is up 12% today. It's $152.72. The first thing I'm looking at when I log on and I see this is I'm going to news. And the first thing I see when I go to news is AMD unveils workload tailored innovations and products at the Accelerated Data Center premiere. I don't know what the hell that means, right? But what it sounds like was some type of event, right? There's another news article on it. New AMD Instinct M1-200 series accelerators bring leadership, HPC, AI performance to power exascale systems and more, right? So what it sounds like is AMD released a new product to the market. And that's a catalyst, okay? That's a catalyst. I'm not going to read this entire article. I'm just going to read the header. AMD launches AMD Instinct M1-200 series accelerators, previews third-gen AMD EPYC processors with AMD 3D V-Cache, and provides new details on expanded set of next-generation EPYC processors powered by Zen 4 and Zen 4C. Now, look, I'm not a tech guy. I don't know what the hell Zen 4 and the processor is, right? But I know it's a catalyst. So I'm going to read the first paragraph. AMD held the virtual accelerated data center premiere, launching the new AMD Instinct M1-200 series accelerators, the world's fastest accelerator for high-performance computing HPC and artificial intelligence workloads, and provide the preview of the innovative third-gen AMD EPYC processors with AMD 3D V-Cache. AMD also revealed new information about its next-generation Zen 4 processor core and announced the new Zen 4 4C processor core, both of which will provide future AMD server providers and are designed to extend the company's leadership products for the data center. So, once again, guys, that's a catalyst, right? That's a catalyst. And some of you guys may be tech guys out there. I'm not a tech guy. I guarantee you I could spend an hour or two today digging into this and learn a little bit more about the processing unit and why it's so important and why it's causing the stock price to be up 16%, right? But all I know is that that's a catalyst. Right? I spoke in my previous video. It's earnings seasons, right? There's 4 quarters in a year, guys. 4 quarters in a year. January, February, March is Q1. April, May, June is Q2. July, August, September is Q3. October, November, December is Q4. There's 4 quarters in a year. At the end of every quarter, companies release their earnings. Once again, catalyst. We're talking about a catalyst. Right? And I'm not saying this for you guys to be day traders, right? I'm not day trading right now myself. I used to, but I'm not. I'm thinking more long-term now. But even in the long term, right? You're looking for a catalyst. So I brought up the quarters and earnings because at the end of every quarter, a company releases its earnings report. That's a catalyst, right? If Apple came out and Apple released earnings, I think a couple of weeks ago and actually beat, but let's give me another company. Let's say Nike. I don't know if Nike came out with earnings recently And this is not a recommendation to buy Nike, guys. This is not a recommendation. Talk to your financial advisor about this. But if Nike comes out tomorrow and they release their earnings for Q3 and they had record revenue sales, right, by 15% and shot up by 10%, more than likely, guys, logically, we can conclude that the stock price, because of that information, has a possibility to go up. It has a possibility to go up. Now, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, right? But you're looking for a catalyst, guys. I'm not asking you to dive into these financial statements and, calculate the book value and I'm not asking you to do all that. I'm just saying, think, and this is how you want to be thinking. This is how you want to be thinking. This is how you want to be thinking. You want to be constantly thinking, okay, what's the catalyst for this? Is there an opportunity to make money here? Even if you don't study finance, guys, I think that's why I make these videos. Like I said, this channel is really just for men improvement, men self-development with a twist of finance, because that's the profession, that's the career path that I chose. But I understand that the top 1% and the affluent, this is the shit they look at all day long, guys. Warren Buffett, I think he said the first thing he does when he wakes up is, he opens up the newspaper. The guy still reads newspapers, for Christ's sakes, right? He opens up a newspaper and he's reading what's happening in the economy, what's happening with oil and gas, what's happening with Micron, what's happening with Tesla, what's happening with Disney, what's happening with Home Depot. He's looking at what's happening in these companies, what's happening in the broader economy, and he's making decisions off of what stocks to buy, what businesses to acquire, what businesses to start. If you guys haven't seen my last video, I give you guys the top that I've done my research on that I think are going to blow up in the next 2 to 3 decades. Renewable energy, right? I just talked to you guys before earlier in this video about Exxon, Chevron, all the regulations happening in the oil and gas industry. Renewable energy is going to continue to grow in the next 2 to 3 decades. And I give you guys reasons why. The next one is e-commerce. For guys, I have older videos giving you guys my e-commerce journey. I operate an e-commerce business right now, and all you guys can do it too, right? But e-commerce, online retail. So you guys need to be thinking and reading as elite millennials, as guys who want to be the top 1%, as guys who want to be affluent, right? If you like Ferraris, like me, I like sports cars. Like I like Ferraris, I like Porsches, right? I like, Lamborghinis, right? These are things that average people can't afford. These are things that average people can't even touch, right? But I'm talking to you guys about changing your paradigm, reading the financial news data, learning about what's going on in the economy, because that's what the top 1%, that's what they do. So they can forecast and make stocks, guys. It's about paradigm. Changing your paradigm, guys. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. All right, I want to touch on, let's see what else I want to touch on. I'm going to throw out some ticker symbols for you guys. If you guys are looking for potential securities to buy, I'm going to list you guys the market movers today. The market movers today. Search these things up, guys. Search them up. I'm going to give you the top, what is it? What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to give you the top 10 market movers today. I'm not going to dive into these. I want to keep this video short. But the top 10, here we go. PPSI, ticker symbol PPSI, Pioneer Power Solutions. It's a $6.45 stock, guys. $6.45. If you're new to investing, please, if you've never bought a stock in your life, this stock is $6.45. Try it. I'm not saying it's going to make you rich. You may lose money on it. It's a $6 stock. If you're new to investing, give it a try. And once again, it's not about the individual stock. It's about the paradigm. Getting used to thinking like an investor, like a business owner, right? That's what it's about. So PPSI, Pioneer Power Solutions, it's up $3 today, and it's up 98%. I don't know what the hell, I don't know what that company is. I don't know why it's up that much, but check it out. LCID, Lucid Group Inc. It's up 8% today. It's $45.18. EDU, ticker symbol EDU, $2.15. It's a $2 stock. New Oriental Education and Technology. I don't know anything about this company. Do your due diligence. Always do your due diligence. Ford, we talked about Ford, up 4% today, or up 4.75%. It's up 91 cents, $20 stock. AMD, we just talked about it. It's up $15 now, $152.27. SQQQ, that's SQQQ, that's 3 Qs. It's Proshares Ultra Pro Short. It's a $6.19 security, guys. $6. $6. Right? With $20, you could buy a couple of shares of this thing. Fuel Cell Energy sounds like a clean energy company. Well, once again, I talked to you guys about renewable energy. Renewable energy is going to blow. If you guys are entrepreneurs and you're looking for potential business ventures to go down, and I'm going to be doing it too, guys. I make this channel so I can record to you what I'm doing so we can do it together, right? I'm very ambitious, guys. I probably have the same goals that you guys have, right? So you can walk with me through the journey. Renewable energy, guys, is going to be the freaking oil and gas energy. Renewable energy is going to be what the oil and gas industry was back in the 1900s, right? Back in 1910, right? That's what the new renewable energy sector is going to be in the next 10 years. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So us as entrepreneurs, we should be asking ourselves, how can we get into the renewable energy sector? How can we offer a product or a service that we can get into the renewable energy sector? Because we know that more companies are going to be dependent on renewable energy. I met guys at a conference who are literally selling solar panels, right? They started a business where they're literally selling solar panels. I may look into trying to do that. If I can outsource solar panels, I'm not going to manufacture my own, but if I can outsource some type of solar panel and spend $10,000 to buy, inventory and solar panels and create a company behind that, do it, right? It's simple as that, guys. So FCEL, check that out. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. TAL, ticker symbol TL, TAL Education Group, $4.21. It's up 32 cents today. It's up 8%. What is this? AUTL, Autolus Therapeutics PLC. It's $6.90 stock. Super inexpensive. Super inexpensive. It's up $1.34, up 24% today. And the last one, AAPL. We all know AAPL. AAPL, Apple. Apple, guys, Apple. Apple is a $150 stock. I got an iPhone right here. iPhone. I'm sure you guys have iPhones too. Has a fucking iPhone. Apple is an amazing company. This is not a recommendation by Apple, but it's $150, guys. We talked about earlier how if we could go back in time, if I can go back to my college self as a sophomore in my dorm room and tell myself to buy Tesla because it's going to be worth $1,000 a share and I could buy it at 100 today, I would fucking do it. Apple is worth $150. It's a $150 stock, guys. Look into it. Look into it, guys. And with that, guys, I really appreciate you guys. More content like this coming soon, guys. Like I said, this is my first few live streams. Still getting the hang of it. Eventually, I want to be able to share my screen with you guys and show you guys some things that I'm looking at. Also, guys, like I said, if you're new to the channel, Elite Millennials, guys, what that means is millennials who want to be and will be that top 1%, right? For guys who didn't grow up with generational wealth, right? For guys who are educated, for guys who want to be in that top 1%, right? That's what this channel is for, guys. I'm on that journey just like you guys are, right? And we got to hustle, guys. We have to. We have to build. We have to take risk. We have to learn how to invest our money, right? We got to be clean cut, guys. There's opportunity out there for everyone. So that's what this channel is for. If you guys resonate with that message, subscribe to the fucking channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video, guys. Up and coming, guys. Elite Millennials. If you resonate with that, guys, if you seek to be the top 1% of the affluent, we're young, guys. We're young. We got time. We got time. Constantly take risk. Let's keep taking risks. Let's keep investing our money. Let's keep building businesses. Let's keep building brands. And we will, guys. We will be the top 1%. Guaranteed. All right, but that's all I got for you guys today, guys. Like the video, show me some love. Let's continue to build this fucking thing out. Let's build a tribe here. Your boy Ra Ray. Peace.